YouTube? It's your girl, Chief Freeze. I'm back with another video. I know I've been gone for a while, but it's time to do a hair video with my 270 waves. So shout out to all my 270 wavers. Shout out to everybody that's been in everybody who's been in my inbox asking me questions about 270 waves, how to get them, what products I use, how I rack up. We're gonna kill all that right now in this one thing. I've said it several times, but you know, things change over time, and yeah. So
I can be your casino, shake it, get invest in me. Give me all you got to get the best of me. She wants to she better like a star.
I did my hair last night, guys. But this shit is super uncomfortable to sleep in. Super fucking uncomfortable. And this is probably gonna come down at some point. This is what we looking like. But it's gonna come down at some point today because it's really, it hurts. It hurts. But let's unrack so you can see what I'm working with. I did my washing style yesterday. I switched it up a little bit. You guys have seen my washing style video. If you haven't, it's right there. But for you guys who have, I did switch it up. So I did my pre-wash with the scramble. Got it all in there. Washed up here. Made sure that was completely washed. You know, 3 washes in. Then I came back, did my second wash on my waves. Brushed it in. It took about 30 minutes. Just, you know, getting my pattern set. Ragged up. Rinsed it out. Took the rag off. Put in my It never fails. Every time I'm doing a video, you guys, he does this. But took my rag off, came back with my conditioner this time because my problem with the washing style was that I wasn't able to use the conditioner, and it was really bothering me because my hair needs to be conditioned.
12 seconds later.
It was really bothering me because I need to put conditioner on my hair. Like, that's something that needs to happen. Can't just wash and style, no conditioner. So I added that conditioning method into it, or process into it, where I unrag after the wash, the second wash, put the conditioner in, brush that in, rag back up, get in the shower, take a complete shower, and rinse out my conditioner up here and up here, or down here. So I've been ragged up since yesterday. I took it off once because my mom and my grandma wanted to see my hair. But other than that, I have been ragged up since. Some updates. Number 1, I no longer use pomade. Pomade is too thick for me. Don't like it. I am a high PO waver, high porosity waver. So me and pomade, we just don't see eye to eye regardless of my porosity. We just don't be seeing eye to eye. Number 2, I no longer use the curl enhancing smoothie. It over curls my hair. It never fails. Stopped using it and have been seeing great progress since. Number 3, I'm still using the buttercream, but I use it sparingly. I only use the buttercream when necessary, after a washing style. So today I'm going to be using the buttercream. Other than that, throughout the week, this is all that I'm using. And this is almost a daily thing, but once a day, never twice, and 3 and 4 times a day. So I'm using oil and oil only for the most part, day after day after day after day. Sometimes I skip a day because I feel like sometimes I'll be over oiling, especially up here. I try to do that maybe once every 2 days or once every 3 days so that I can keep this oiled. But in my waves, because I'm brushing it all the time, I have to oil it every day because I'm brushing the oil back out. So, but you know, with my buttercream, that's what I'm using today. And for those of you who haven't seen it, this is what it looks like. All right, so let's kill the first bird with this stone. How do I rag up? As you can see, I have on a stocking cap, so let's take that off. When I tell people that I rag up just like everybody else, it kind of just blows them. They're like, how do you rag up? And I mean, it is kind of modified. There's a big ass hole in my stocking cap, but that's because I have the dreads. I have to have a hole there so the dreads can go through. I also have started using a dread sock because I don't want this part of my hair to just be out in the wind when I'm sleeping. So, and I only use this right before I go to work. So I leave this on about 6 hours into my work day. Then I take it off. I don't want to do too much double compression. That's not where it's at. So some days I put it on and I leave it on for about 6 hours out of my 12-hour shift. Some days I don't even put it on at all. I just have this on and that's it. I've seen really, really good results. And when I take this off, you'll see what I mean by doing it too much. It leaves that line. The stocking cap leaves that line all around your head. And I cannot stand it. Look, what are you doing? Anyways, I cannot stand that line, so I try to keep away from it. At night, when I do my double compressing at night, and because I move around a lot, I definitely need this. This is a polyester wrap. These are satin wraps. This is a polyester wrap. I never put this one directly on my head. However, these I put directly on, and then I take this one and I wrap it around and lock it in. Of course, I wrap it under the dreads, but yeah, that was just the, whatever. I have different colors of these wraps. This is a satin head wrap. I have this one, I have a pink one, I have this one, and then I have my wash one, which was white at one point in time, but it has changed, all different types of colors, and looks kind of tie-dye now. That's from Oil and the purple one, and I'm more than likely gonna throw this away soon. So, but I only use it for washes, so that happens. But let's go ahead and see how these bad boys looking. How I'm looking. How I'm looking, guys. What that look like? All right, quick update, guys. So about a week ago, I decided to cut down my wool. I was on a 6-week wool. Hair was a little thick. Here's a picture right here. And I was like, you know what? I'm tired of this. It was curling up in the back. It's time to cut this wolf off, is what I said. So I went and got my clippers because I only cut my hair. I am planning on letting my barber give me a lineup so I can see a fucking line, because this lineup is it's a little difficult. It's a little difficult. So I'm gonna try to find my barber. I mean, not find my barber. I know where she is. I'm gonna let my barber line me up, is what I'm saying. And then I'm gonna take that as a guideline and run with it. So I did my cut, tapered the back, 3 strokes in to the cut on this side. This is my weak side. 3 strokes in, I realized that I was cutting a lot of hair off. It felt weird. I was in there, I was doing it, and I was like, whoa, there's a lot of hair coming off for this to be a 4. What I had planned on doing was going against the grain, because it's a more even cut going against the grain. So I had my 4 guard out, my 2 guard out for my taper, and my 1 guard out for my taper as well. So I took the 4 guard, is what I thought. I thought I took the 4 guard to go against the grain, get everything down to a 2. So a 4 against the grain is also a 2 with the grain. So I'm trying to cut my hair and keep it at a 2 length. I do not like 1s. 1 is too short, in my opinion. It looks weird. I don't like it. And I learned 2 things that day. Number 1, don't cut your hair when you're sleepy. Biggest mistake of my life. I wanted to cry, guys. I really, really wanted to cry because it was so much hair coming off, and I'm like, all this progress is going down the drain. But second thing I learned is that my pattern is set. Even because I had the 4 closed, so that's a 1 guard close that I was cutting my hair. I mean, that was a 2. I picked the 2 guard up instead of the 4 guard. That's where I fucked up. and I was doing closed against the grain. So that's a 1 against a 1 with the grain. I'm flipping this shit up. So a 2 against the grain closed is what I was cutting my hair down to. What that equals is a 1 with the grain closed. I can't do that. Hair is not there for that. So, but my pattern back here was set. However, you can tell right in here, my waves aren't, ain't as deep. They go. It hurt me. This is where I used to get my taper a lot when I had my dreads. And so cutting a 1 with the grain was always a no-go in this area. And I fucked up, and that's what I got out of it. So this is a week later, like I said, and honestly, they still look good back here. I've been putting in that brushwork, guys. Like, that brushwork is unquestionable. That shit is nice. Back here where all my little forks are, it's coming along. It's better than what it used to look like. But, you know, we still working. Every wash, I go in really heavy and try to get these forks out back here. And then my weak side with this fork right in here, I'm working on getting that out too. But right in here is coming along. But, I'm gonna wolf again for about, I don't know, maybe 8 weeks this time. And hopefully, no, this time not hopefully, I'm only gonna pull out the 4 guard and I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna leave the rest of the guards where they are until I'm done with my 4 against the grain, knocking it down to a 2. That way I know I'm not fucking up. I feel like I'm out of breath. One moment. Okay, so enough with the talking. You guys have seen the waves. You've seen my hair, my little horns or whatever. Let's put this up. Alright, that's up and out of the way. First things first. First thing is first. With every session that I do, whether it's cut or not, I use my damn comb because I want to comb it, I want to uncompress it. It's been laying down since I've done the washing style. It's important for me to comb that bitch out. So, let's get to it. My mirror is dirty. Every time I get on here with you guys, my mirror is dirty. So, one moment. All right, I'm back. Mirror's clean. Let's get to it. Make sure you're keeping the comb flat. You don't want to do that. That's not it. Keep it flat. I got that one piece of hair back there that just does not want to go up into anything. And you want to comb with your pattern. So this is about the time in the video when I speed this shit up. So I'll see y'all in a moment. We are about to use, now that it's cooled down, I'm about to use my double buttercream. Try not to use a whole lot. We start small and work our way up. If this is not enough, then we'll add more, but don't overdo it. Okay guys, now that the double buttercream is in there, now it's time for your brush session. Fuck, I can't ever, for your brush session. I don't know why I can't ever say those two things together. I don't know what the fuck is going on. So, just to update you guys, you know, Torino is what I do. This was my go-to brush, but I have updated my collection. You saw the purple one, you saw the black one, you saw the wooden colored one. That's not a thing. The wooden one, the softie. I have added this club brush that I need to wash. But this has been the brush that I've been using a lot lately, and I'm going to use today. My club is a medium. My palm is a softie. It's a softie. And you guys, I left it in the box. My royalty. It's a medium. And this is where I'm gonna start. I start with my royalty, move to my club, move to my wooden. No. I start with my royalty, move to my club, move to my black, move to my wooden, and then end with the palm brush. So I go from medium, the firmest medium that I have, which is this royalty, in my opinion. I mean, I don't know. In my opinion, this is the firmest one that I have. Then my club comes next, and then my black medium, which I have damaged at this point because I know you guys seen I was doing washing styles with that brush at one point in time. I made a mistake. Mistakes were made. I've been washing styling with this Red by Kiss because I honestly don't give a fuck about that brush. So I'm probably gonna end up getting another 606 just because I'm anal about it. So let's get into this session, starting with the royalty. Let's go. You guys wanna always focus heavily on those weak areas. So the back is where you're gonna see me focus a lot at, and on this side over here is where you're gonna see me focus a lot at, because those sides need to come the fuck together, and I don't know what the fuck is going on, but we gonna work it out. It's very, very important as a 270 waver. Listen, as a 270 waver, and this is the biggest tip that I can give anybody, you do not have a crown, so you do not have a reference point. So you have to find your own angles, the angle that you want and what works for you in your hair to make it connect, to get these connections on point, to get that definition, to make the waves look good. You're gonna have forks until you figure out what your pattern is and where you wanna go with that. A lot of the 270 wavers that I have in my inbox, a lot of the 270 wavers that I've talked to, they just brush down. And it's gonna look good until you get close to the back where it's gonna be a little difficult. You're gonna have to use some kind of angle. I'm just being honest with you guys, it's difficult. 270s to me probably would be the most difficult pattern because you don't have a crown. Everybody else is gonna have a crown. 180s have a crown. 540s have a crown, 720s have a crown, 360s have a crown with beehive or swirl. 270s do not have a crown. You have to figure this shit out, and that's the hardest thing, just figuring it out. But it's trial and error. You figure it out, and once you do figure it out, you keep brushing that way so you don't create more forks. So yeah, let me get back to this session. we gotta put some oil on our waves. So I'm not woofing. It's been a week since I cut my hair, but I'm gonna do 3 jobs. 1, 2, 3. Rub it in, and then apply it. Two things. With me applying the oil every day, there's no need for me to go super heavy on the oil. Number 2, I've already put it right here, and when I rub down, it's gonna come from that area down, so I didn't need to do too much. But what I do now is I go with wood grain, and then I end with this one because this is super soft. So let's get back to brushing. A lot of you like to get hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hour brush sessions in. I'm not gonna tell you to do all that. Honestly, I don't know if my brush work is showing. I don't know if it shows that I don't do 2 and 3 and 4 hours, but honestly, you guys, I brush until I'm satisfied. And right now, I am satisfied. So I'm gonna stop brushing. That's what I honestly recommend for everybody. Brush until you're satisfied. Don't listen to everybody else. This is your hair, not mine, not anybody else's. If you want to do 1 and 2 and 3 hour sessions, do your 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 hour sessions. If you only want to do 5-minute sessions, do 5-minute sessions. However, it's gonna show. Like I said, it's gonna show how long you're brushing and how often you're brushing this, that, and the other. But it really just depends on your comfort level. If you don't mind taking forever to get the waves, do your 5-minute sessions. If you're like me and you just want to brush until you're comfortable, brush until you're comfortable with the results. If you want to do those 2 and 3 hours, go ahead. Just make sure you're hitting the right angles. Make sure that you're not wasting 2 and 3 and 4 hours of brushing. But the last part, you guys, I just have to throw my bag away. I'm gonna get another bag. But lay it down with your plastic bag. At the end of every great thing, every great brush session, you should rag up. So I'm about to rag up. Before I finish that, make sure I knock this part down in the front. And guys, that's it. I'm gonna take this down so my scalp don't start bleeding because it's hurting a lot. And I'm gonna hold to my promise and show you guys that I do put the oil down the center. because you don't want to forget that you have hair at the top. And until I take these down, this is where the oil is gonna be. All right, that's it, guys. So I'm wrapped up. My barrel twist, or whatever you want to call them, are down. And that's the end of my session. So let's recap. I showed you my unracking. I showed you the products that I use. I showed you my brushes. The only brush you didn't see is this brush. This is my hard brush. I rarely use this brush. I think I've used it 3 times. But normally I only use this when I'm woofing. And then it's questionable if I'm gonna use it when I'm woofing. But if I'm doing a brush till dry method, then I will use this brush, but I'm not doing that. I try to alternate. This time I did the washing style. Next time I'll do the brush till dry. You saw my brushes. Legion sauce is on the way. Make sure that you have a throwaway brush or a brush that you don't care about to do your washing styles. And don't judge me. You don't know my fucking life. I'm out this bitch. Deuce.
I can be your casino, shake